We're at Whispering Pines once again, starting the video on hole number 4. It's a par 5, 590. I am playing the back tees. It's actually okay. Went over that tree. Very late in the day, probably around 4 o'clock. It's 97 degrees. We'll see how it goes on this really long course. I think the course is over 7,000 yards. 7,049 yards, par 72, rating 74.3. That's pretty stiff for a geezer. Without measuring and for a lack of knowing any yardage and knowing that I'm a million miles away, I'm just going to hit this 3-iron out there and see what happens. It should be fine if I hit it well. I'm far enough, I'm close enough up to this pine tree to go under the limbs. Shouldn't be a problem. That looks really good. Should be fine. Wow, I got that 3-iron on down here pretty well. At the green. There we go. So we're at 120. A bit of a downhill lie, which will make the ball come off lower and go a little farther. So I'm going to use my 115 gap wedge and hit it standard, normal. And we're going to play away from that big bunker and just kind of play a little bit left of the flag. So if you see it go right at the flag, you know that I didn't hit it where I tried to. But that'll be okay too. That's why we aim the balls where we do. That's a big pull. Big pull meaning it's on the green, but well left of the flag. Probably 30 feet, but that's okay. Okay, I was right out in the fairway. It's 30 feet, or actually 29. Bit downhill, it's going to break pretty well to the right. Green kind of leans this way. And again, with my style of play, this is not one I actually try to make. I just try to give it a good roll, and sometimes they find the hole, and sometimes they don't, but I try my best just not to 3-putt. I don't want to be greedy and try to make it and waste a stroke. Almost. A little more speed would have done it, I think. And you may be wondering, why does the geezer start his videos sometimes on the second hole or the third or the fourth hole? It's really because other people are playing and I want to give myself some distance ahead. I'll make a gap before I start videoing because it does take a little extra time and I don't want people mad at me while they're waiting for me to set up the camera, etc. So that's why you don't always get me from the first tee. Okay, number 6, par 4. It's about 430. Dog leg left, but we need to not concern ourselves with the dog leg. It just hit it straight out. I don't think we can hit it through by a long shot. So just try to hit a good drive. I like it. A little bit right, but I mean, you know, it shouldn't cost anything. It was well hammered. So this will be the first in my series of break 80 from the back tees on some longer courses. I plan to do a few more just to see what an old man can do from the back tees anymore. Okay, it's 165 left to a back pin. We hit a really big drive, just a little right, but not a problem. I'm going to go with 9 instead of 8, and we've got a very slight breeze helping. So if I can just carry this, say, to the middle or the front third of the green, it should travel on down toward the hole. But I do need to hit a good shot. Gnats are really bad here today. And I like that shot. Wow. Just left of the pin. Wow. Even that may have trickled a little long, but that's really good. Well, that turned out really well. We've got a pretty good putt to, not long, and it's a little uphill breaking left, just the kind we like. So you never know, we could swing to under par here. Well, it looked uphill from the camera view. It looks downhill from this view. So look at it from the side. I do believe it's level, pretty level. So I think we need to play this one about 3 inches out on the right. Good birdie, wow. And with a gnat in my ear. Yeah, we're on hole number 7. It's a par 5, 501 with practically 90-degree dogleg left once you get out there. From up there, I always have trouble because the greed factor comes in and I want to do something to get around that corner and it just never works. Back here, no need to try. I'm just going to hit the driver straight out and play the hole the way the architect signed it. Another one like the last one. I'm hitting it a little right. I may be aligned over there. I'm sure I'll see it when I see the video, but hitting it really well. Okay, I know it's going to be tough for you to see. The green is to the right, probably almost in front of that roof you see on the right horizon, or to the right of that. And I'm 260 yards away. And I happen to see that it's a front flag, and I know that there's a huge bunker right in front of that. So I don't want to hit 230 yard shot and leave a 30-yard pitch over that bunker. So what I'm going to do is just take this 7-iron and lay it up, try to leave about 100 or maybe 90, and have a fuller shot into that front pin. We're going to play it left and have it cut just a little bit. That should be good. Real good. So for those of you who are maybe mid or higher handicappers, I'm hoping you can learn off of what I do here. Yeah, I know maybe you can't hit the shots I hit, but if you plan out your shot according to your ability, you can see that you don't have to be perfect to play good golf. Nobody does. Quite often when a tour pro wins his tournament for the first time and they ask him, "Oh, what did you learn today?" He says, "I learned I didn't have to be perfect to win." And that's the way golf is played because we can't be perfect. So we plan a shot, and if we hit it somewhere reasonably like we want to, it's successful. And you'll score a lot better. Okay, so it was a good layup, and we ended up with exactly the yardage I like, which is 100 yards. Actually, it's 99. And that's my stock 56 sand wedge. As I mentioned in another video, I do have a different sand wedge. I'm going to call it a new one, but it's not new. It's several years old, but it's not been used and I'm trying to replace the one I love so much with it. That's just totally, the grooves are totally worn out. This one's the best one I've found yet, even amongst brand new ones. All right, so we're gonna try to play just a little right of that pin because I know there's a big hill left that we don't want to putt across. If we can hit it pin high and just to the right would be really good putt at it, I think. But I didn't. I hit just barely left or straight at it, but it's going to be good, maybe better than what I wanted. Yeah, this is pretty good. Actually, it's a little deep. The flag's farther up than I thought. But I had the yardage at 99. The ball carried a little longer than that, but really good. I kind of want to be over here to the right, which would be a better putt. But oh well, we get what we get. Okay, I just stepped off. It's 9 feet. Across the side of the hill, it's going to break quite a bit. I'm probably going to need to give this 8 inches to the right. Yeah, baby. I tell you, the other day I figured out something in my putting, and it's just been a world of difference. We now move to -2, and we're going to need it because this next par 3 is pretty long. You can see the flag behind the water spray. That's really strange. I try to laser it through the water. It hits the water and comes back at 105 yards. Okay, we're on number 9, par 3, 202 from this back tee. I'm going with 5-iron. Yeah, it's just what I wanted, a high cutter. I think it's between the bunker and the green. So we ended up with about let's say a 35-foot chip. I know a lot of people would putt this, but I just seem to do better chipping. That's fine. It's about 3 feet or less. Good par on this long par 3. We are now on the 9th hole. Par 4, dogleg right. We want to stay away from the right side. There's a bunker there we don't want to be in. We're going to try to hit it up center or left center. Take what we have left. Oh yeah. Love it when a plan comes together. Wow, what a tucked pin way behind the bunker on the left edge of the green. Well, if you saw that flag, you'll know it's what we call a sucker pin, and I'm not going for it. My job is to get it on the green over to the right of that pin somewhere and have a birdie putt and not dump it in the bunker. So I'm going with my 130 gap wedge and probably 20 feet or so to the right of that if I hit it where I try to. Again, if I pull it towards the hole, you know it was an accident. Looks really good, right? Very safe. Yeah. Maybe a little too safe, but better safe than sorry. Well, I may have overdone it just a little bit on the safety part. I'm 42 feet. Still, I'm not in that bunker, and there's a lot more room there than it looked like. I could have gone at the pin and been very safe, but not knowing that edge of the green very well, I decided to play safe. So I have what I have. Let's see if we can roll up a putt into the kiddie pool, make par. Should come just a little bit as it slows down. Didn't come left. It's okay though. It's moved straight in. And another par. So we end up surprisingly 2 under on the front 9. We are now on hole number 10. It's 451 yards. Getting pretty big for a par 4 for a geezer. Fortunately, what little breeze there is helping. And the way I play these kind of holes is I don't try to hit the drive so big. I try to hit a normal shot and just take what it leaves me. If it's a 3-wood, if it's a 4-iron, whatever it happens to be, you just got to accept that and try to make your par with that. You can't make up for the difference in a back tee by hitting a longer tee shot. You just have to play the way you play. So I took a little break there after number 9, let a guy play through. I felt the heat starting to weaken me a little bit, and I was feeling a little shaky, so I just took about a 20-25 minute break. And now I'm going to try this yellow golf ball, which I've got a few of, just for a while, and I may use them all the way around. I may get tired of hitting them if I don't like them. So anyway, here we go for number 10, 451. Straight away. Down the right center. I really can't hit it any better. So that ball I just hit is a Wilson Staff Duo Optics. Optics, I guess, would be yellow. I think that's supposed to be a soft ball or a low compression ball, but it felt pretty hard to me. We have 132 left, going straight up that hill. Going to play a lot more than that. And then the flag's up front. I don't want to get behind the hole, so I'm going to go with pitching wedge, which is supposed to be 140. And if it's just short of the green, I'm good with that because there's so much slope on that green, just like this hill, that you just don't want to get behind that hole. Got a little left, but it's at it. Well, it's on there, but I don't know how good the putt's going to be. So this is what I was talking about down there in the fairway. Didn't want to get behind the hole. I'm not really behind it. I'm equal to it, and that's just as bad. Short of the green would have been way better. It's a really tough putt. It's mostly uphill, but then when it gets over the crest, it goes downhill that way, and it's just hard to judge. See if we can get it to get somewhere near the kiddie pool. That's going to be decent, I think. I'm shocked that it stopped there, but I'm happy with it. Okay, and then we skipped a par 5 because the camera fizzled out due to the heat, and we've lost audio for the rest of the 9 holes. So I'm going to wing it here with the voiceover. This is par 3. It's 170 yards, and I elected to hit 8-iron because it's so hot and the ball's going so far. And I hit a really good shot toward the middle of the green, and it did bounce over just barely. Didn't hit a great putt here. It didn't break like I thought, but the speed was good, and we ended up with a nice par. There's the famous one-hand tap in while I'm holding the camera with the other one. Headed back to the cart. And we've got a par 4 here. It is 300 and 94 yards, a slight dogleg right. And I had a really good drive here. I had been hitting some drives to the right a little bit. This one went down the center with a little fade, really solid. It ended up leaving me with 100. It ended up leaving me with 107 yards to a front pin, and I elected to hit my 115 gap wedge um, rather than force the next shorter one. And I hit it really well, and it did get just behind the hole, as you'll see here in just a second. It was right at it all the way. So it comes down just behind the flag, and I end up with, I'm going to say a 12 to 15 foot putt. And I'm playing this to break left, and you can see that I've got it aimed out to the right. And I hit it exactly where I want to, and it didn't do anything. It just kind of rolled straight. And then, of course, I went back and hit the putt again afterward and played it straight at the hole, and it broke left in. So, sometimes golf is just that way. So we've got one more hole. I went back and putted it again just for practice, and this time it broke. So we have one more hole on camera for the 9, and the heat is starting to really get to me, and I'm moving slower. And then okay, we're on hole number 14, another 451 yard par 4. This time I don't have the benefit of a big hill, so we're just going to try to hit the best drive we can, and then try to reach the green with whatever. It'd be like a short par 5, I guess. Really good drive though, down the left side with a draw. Kind of accidental, but we'll take it. As I always say, that's why we aim these where we do, in case we pull it or push it. I tell you, I'm really feeling the effects of this extreme heat. My legs feel pretty weak and a little shaky. I'm just going to take it easy, walk slow, swing slow, get plenty to drink. Let's let you have a peep. Kind of over behind the bunker. We probably won't go at it. It is 156, and I'm going to go with 9. Play left of the bunker and just get on. I'm not feeling strong enough to attack these sucker pins, I guess you'd call them. So I'll play just left of it. If I go at it, it's an accident, but it'll be a good accident. Wow, I thinned that big time, and it bounced up on the green. Well, fortunately, I did not play at the flag, and I got away with this bad shot. See if we can roll another one up into the kiddie pool. It's up here. It's going to go this way.